in time out. Money isn't here for you. I'm on this channel. Hey, hi everyone. How you guys doing? Oh, good. So I just want to hold a little therapy section for actors. I just want to explain to you guys how beneficial acting, um, dancing, and music can influence our life. Just to discuss about it. That's what my therapy section is about. I pray you guys learn one or two things before this live will be over. Alright, stay tuned while I put on my topic. Okay, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for always tuning into my life, for supporting, for trying to be participants of my life, um, for always trying to be participants of my life, for also being, you know, being one of the people who subscribe to my channel, wherever you're watching from in the world, whether it's Nigeria, United States, or London, wherever in the world, or India. I just want to tell you guys, God bless you, put in your messages. Now, the therapy session I'm holding, I'm on the part three, which I just want to discuss with you guys how beneficial listening to, watching movies, watching dance videos, and listening to music. You understand? And then we're going to discuss a little about live affairs. But let me start from the live affairs first. So, greetings to everyone. Thank God we are approaching the Ember month. I pray each and every one of you hold on to God and you're prayerful. You have a positive mind. Even if you're feeling down, just do a little prayer, read a little Bible, do a little exercise. There's nothing God cannot make possible for you, just as a person. Um, Whatever fear you have, just hold on to God and know that God has the power to make a situation to be better than what it used to be. Because somebody can be born in this world with a problem, that problem gets solved, and the problem comes back and gets solved again. So we're living in a world where there is this level of non-certainty in this world. That is why it's better for us to make hay while sunshine, which is putting our right resources in the right places, and not just sowing it in the right places, but also making sure that you actually add God personally to your investments. Because you can invest your resources into the right places, but if you're not using the right logics, do you understand? You're going to lose all your profits. You're going to fail. You're going to lose that investment. So, whereas what I'm trying to say is that you as a person, you need God to invest into God. Meaning, you as a person, you need to walk in the light. Um, so like I said, whatever challenges you're holding, be prayerful, be so submitting, hold on to God. Always know that God has a way of giving you a purpose to continue in life, because there is always a continuity for people walking in light. Even when your body dies and your souls and your spirit depart from your body, it responds to God. A judgment is being taken. So you transcend to either heaven or to hell. as a person. So if you're judged right, is heaven. If you're judged wrongly, is hell. I will say this to you tomorrow. God works in the spirit and not in the flesh. We as humans, we are lost in the flesh. So sometimes we make errors, but not deliberate error. As a child of God, you cannot make deliberate error. The kind of error you can make is accidental error, which are mistakes that you as a person is imperfect as a human being. So you can actually make a mistake. It is very, very possible. Do you understand? So whereas what I'm trying to speak to you, my brethren, is be hardworking, be cheerful, be so submitting to God, be lowly in nature to God, surrender yourself to God, be hardworking. Don't let anybody put you down. Any hustle where you get, stay proud of your hustle. Don't feel this person is better than me or this other person is better than me. Do you understand? Life is not a competition. You as a person, you have to do a whole lot of soul searching as a person just to get to where you're supposed to be. So life is not where you prioritize competition. If you prioritize competition, you as a person, you lose your balance. You lose your balance, you lose your focus, you lose your motive, you lose everything that defines you as a person. When I first started, you know, pushing my musical career, it first started from movies. I did start from movies. I wrote my first movie, The Bab on Her. I've said this several times. When I first wrote that movie, there are tons of people who said this and that, who talk crap to me, who look down on me. But I've never done that to anyone. Nobody has brought a business to me and I say don't do it. The only thing is I can give you an advice that is better than the one that you have. That's if I have it though. But I cannot tell you stop doing this thing you're doing. So when I first wrote my first movie, everything about me is so spiritual. When I first wrote my first movie, it was titled The Bab on Her. The movie was about a girl. The movie had the similar story of Shakespeare, Romeo without Juliet. Sorry, Romeo and Juliet. So the story was about a guy that fell in love with a girl in high school. That's what the story was about. I as a child, I called it The Bab on Her. When I first wrote the word, I didn't know what I wrote, so I asked my elder ones. They said that means the Bab on Her. I said, oh, that's the Bab on Her. Okay, let's go on that. I started working on that. I worked on it. There was a storyline. At some point, two of my other ones, they came into Nollywood. One was in the 90s, one was in the mid 2000s. Movie is very beneficial to us because when you watch movies, entertainment entirely is a spiritual thing. You connect your body and your soul to what you see. Your mind, the frequency of your mind goes according to your visuals as a person. So when you watch movie, it's beneficial to you because sometimes it heals your soul. It's knowledgeable because it gives you an advice, or should I say a tip of how to a tip or an advice of how to negative a tip or an advice on how to it gives you advices on how to navigate with the challenges of life, which life has several ways of challenging you as a person. It could be emotionally, it could be financially, it could even be your comfort. Because sometimes when I go for event and I'm coming back, I will see tons of homeless people on the streets. And then I will be crying in my heart. I say, okay, this person does not have a home. And the person has not killed himself. Then I look and ask myself, God, I'm such a wealthy man. Oh, so why should I kill myself? Even if I have people around me that are not supportive of what I'm doing. The major thing is for the fact that they appreciate what I do. Do you understand? For the fact that they appreciate what I do, which is appreciating what I do is for the fact that they are seeing me growing despite the negativity that they throw around me. Hi, Temitope, how are you doing? So, no matter the level of negativity, people throw at me. I'm talking about family, neighbors, friends, schoolmates, colleagues in working places. I try to move on as a person. I try to channel my energy, my mind into growth. I try to channel my mind into building, into investment. And somebody that is with God and you're investing with the platform or the logics of God, and whatever you're putting it in the right places. There are tons of people who are not going to like what you're doing because they are still working carnally with the mind. You that is a spiritual person, as much as you're advancing because you have the Spirit of God, which is the Holy Spirit inside of you. When you do things, sometimes it creates a lot of, should I say, misconception, or it creates a lot of controversy around your environment. Sometimes they black book you or blackball you that you're actually a terrible person because of how you move, how you navigate with entirely the affairs of life. Do you understand? So that is how life is. It's just like a movie. Then I'm talking about watching dancing videos too. They have the similar things that they do to you. Movies and dancing videos are all the same thing because What you see with your eye, natural as a person, it's thank you very much, the Peter. So what you see with your eyes very much is as well as something that controls your mind, and your mind is connected. I wouldn't use the terms affiliated, I will use the terms connected. Your mind is connected to your spirit and your soul, and once those two entities accept, your body regulates according to that. If they disaccept, your body sometimes don't go on it. Sometimes you as a person, you're lost after the flesh, but because it's the spiritual realm that controls the flesh, you as a person, you want to do something your body is telling you to do, but the spirit say don't do it, and at the end of the day the spirit will win, because they are the ones that are actually moving the body. Do you understand? The body is just a vessel. And sometimes you're lost to commit fornication as a person. You're lost to make some dance move that doesn't give glory to God. Sometimes you're forced to steal something, or should I say take something that doesn't belong to you, which is still defrauding somebody else's of the person's item. But when the spirit says don't do that, you don't have the power to, to subdue that spirit and say I'm going to do it, except your spirit is dented. Do you understand me? Except your spirit is dented. And when I started dancing, I was a very young person. Then I started listening to songs like I started listening to artists like Michael Jackson, Usher. Thank you. We started listening to Chris Brown. Then I was even in university. When I dance very well. If you go to my short, you see my dance moves. I have two music video there. I create short films, interviews. My interviews about sports, entertainment, politics. If you go to my post, you see a whole lot of very positive contents that I've actually placed there. A whole lot of people who see it, they be like, wow, these contents are very good though. I'm struggling so I can get to 2,000 subscribers. When I get there, I know everything is actually going to be very easy for me, because I have an opportunity to add my albums, because a whole lot of people have been seeing the artwork of my album on my post, but they have not gotten an opportunity, to go through my page. You understand? To exploit that album. That is why I'm struggling to get to that 2,000, so that on my playlist I can create my own songs and add my own albums, my projects entirely. I can add them there. People that want to exploit some of the artworks from people that want to explore some of the songs from the artworks they've been seeing on my post can have an opportunity of not exploring that playlist. And the only way they can explore the playlist is when I get to 2,000, which is 2,000 subscribers. That is why I'm fighting so hard to get to that 2,000 subscribers. Now, when you dance, dancing is beneficial to you because it gives you knowledge of how you can expand as a person. Some of the yoga classes that you attend and some of the gym houses you attend, some of their moves, even the ballet classes, came from dance moves. Dancing controls how you see life. It controls your emotions, because it's all about emotions. If you love something and you want to have fun and you want to play with that thing, you dance. And then your spirit and your soul is connected to your body. They like what they are seeing, they accept it, and your body goes to it. It's beneficial to you because when you dance, you get happy. When you dance, you feel cheerful, you feel loved, even when there is nobody in that environment that is telling you, you're doing a nice job, or there's nobody around that person that is telling you that you're dancing well. But once you're dancing, you feel happy, you feel loved, you feel welcomed, you feel cherished, you feel accommodated by the sacredness of that environment, because you are doing something that only you can understand what you're doing, even though somebody knows that dance steps, but you're doing something that only you as a person knows what you're doing. And then we'll move further to listening to music. Music is the fruit of the soul. Do you understand? It is the fruit of the soul because it gives you an opportunity to see life even when you are not a part of that experience. When music first came into existence, it was in heaven. Then pastoral work wasn't even in heaven. Then we came to the era when people listen to music and they feel they are an artist. Some of them won because they tried it and they were choosing in the process. Some don't have the calling in that purpose, or should I say in that aspect. How do they have the calling? They have to just like music and see themselves writing songs and making music. Writing songs and then making music. They see themselves doing that. And sometimes they exploit, they create a project, they continue and they can't stop. Then they are being chosen. Which there are two kinds of artists. The first kind of artists are the ones that are being called to do it. Those are the one hit wonders. Then the second part of the artists are the ones that are being called to do it. But when they are being called to do these things, do you understand? They don't stop, they continue, and they don't understand why. Because sometimes they feel like giving up, but they don't know why they can't give up. Now, why you as a person you cannot give up is because you have been chosen from the calling. Likes of the artists we have all over the world, they have been called and they were not choosing. And the ones that have been choosing in the process, I will list from America to Nigeria. Welcome, Virginia Baptista. So we have, first of all, in America, we have artists like One Wonder. We have artists like Billy Ocean. We have artists like MC Hammer, because Michael Jackson did not stop. He was even creating an album before he passed on, which is This Is It album 2009. We have a whole tons of artists. Even in Nigeria here, we have people like Kelly Hanson. We have tons of artists that are one hit wonder, Olu maintain. Tons of artists. But why is it that somebody like Two-Face can't stop? Then in America, why is that Usher cannot stop? Why is that Michael Jackson cannot stop? Why is that Christopher Brownish, which is aka Chris Brown, cannot stop? It is because those people has been choosing to do music from the calling. The one hit wonders, all of them were called, but the ones that stopped were called, but they were not choosing. The one that was choosing are the ones that cannot stop making that music, and that is how it is. Music is a fruit of the soul, because when you listen to music, you feel the same thing you feel when you dance. They are all connected to each other. The movies are connected to the dancing are connected to the music, and they are all connected to live affairs. Now, this is how they go. Music is I will go on music because that's exactly what we're talking about now. It's the last topic. So I'm mixing the both music and live affairs. So music is a fruit of the soul. Do you understand? When you listen to music, it nourishes your soul. You eat and you take fruits. It stimulates your body. It makes you to feel healthy. That is how somebody that to depression. If you go to some of these therapy classes abroad, they advise you to listen to soul music. They advise you to listen to R&B, music that preaches about love. If you go to all these spiritual classes, they will say the same thing to you. And the flesh, which is the physical, you understand, has to do with the spiritual. So it's just like when you go to a pastor and the pastor prays for you and you have malaria, he's still going to tell you to go to the pharmacy and get drugs, Abi. Most of the churches, they even have their pharmacy healthcare inside of their building. So some people will say, I've collected prayer, I'm not going to take drugs. That's a lie. Some people will say, I've taken drugs, I'm not going to pray. They both work together because the flesh is attached to the spirit. The spiritual aspect is also attached to the flesh. When you take medicine, the medicine is to support your flesh. Is to wash away that whatever thing that is disturbing you. Spiritually, you've gotten an attack. So you need to pray so that you can be relieved. If you want to experiment this, take one and neglect the other. Or take this other one and neglect the other one. You find out that you have taken drugs but you cannot feel healthy. It's because your spirit is still dented. But when you pray, you are lifted off that attack. That evil hand that is upon you, you have lifted it. Your soul has been liberated. After that malaria drug, you'll be feeling very okay. It's just like when you take prayer and you have malaria and say, I'm not going to take malaria drugs. See, the drugs will eat. See, I'm saying the drugs. The bacteria will eat into your system. Do you understand what I'm saying? The bacteria will eat so into your system that it will get to a point where you might even die. See, once bacteria eats into your system, and bacteria, one of the symptoms, one of the elements of bacteria is malaria. Malaria is under bacteria. So once that malaria eats into your system, it gets to a point where you as a person, you have something called acute malaria or malaria parasites. The way you can flush those things out, and any pharmacy that is prescribing drugs to you must always tell you to attach a medicine that is called typhoid drugs. That typhoid is strictly to flush out whatever bacteria. Entirely, his work is to flush out entire bacteria. But sometimes it omits malaria. That is why they add the malaria to it, or they add it to the malaria. So no matter how much you pray for your spirit, you still need to take the medicine to support your health. You understand? You still need to take the medicine to support your health. That is how listening to music. Most therapy classes abroad, they will tell you once you are down that you should listen to music. They have courses like that online you can even pay for. The therapy classes you're coming to is not even free. The person that is there that is coordinating your whole psychological issues that you're having, they will always tell you listen to good music, travel, go to school, study, go on social media, socialize with people. They will tell you all those things is just to bring you back to life. If you go to a pharmacist is going to tell you need to boost your immune system. Happy now? Which is all still the same thing. Do you understand? Which is all still the same thing. So I've looked at everything in life and I told myself, God, please don't give me something that I'm going to have and I'm going to be disgraced, because I learned from my pain. Our Nigerian people will tell you no pain, no gain. They heard that from the Western world and they carried it. And today we are benefiting from that advice, from that tip. So everything that's happened to me, I've said I'm going to add all of this together and I'm going to build myself. The only time I had money, despite the fighting and everything that happened, I told God this money I'll put it into the right places. And I never failed. I placed that money into the right places. I've not seen anything so positive, oh, but the only happiness I have is that at the end of the day, there is a motive, there is an essence to life, there is something that makes me feel whoa, there's something that makes me feel alive, there's something that makes me feel there's a continuity, there's something that makes me feel I am heading to somewhere. So I stay happy. I've always known life is broad. And if you don't find yourself doing things in places, you get lost. That has nothing to do with anybody. That is why God say a little slumber, a little folding of the hand, and poverty comes in. That is the reason why God said that. And God also says, you as a person, the level of poverty you have is the level of lasciviousness you have, is the level of laziness you have. Because it's appointed for every man, you understand, to be wealthy. It is according to the will of God that every man should be wealthy. So if you yourself, you're suffering, is because you're not putting the level of investment, or should I say commitment to life, as you're supposed to be putting. It's just like, for instance, that if me, I have 1 kobo, and I say I'm going to invest 25 kobo. Okay, I have 50 kobo, and I say I will invest 25 kobo into my business, and I take that business serious. Before the remaining 25 kobo will finish, that first 25 kobo must have given me 70 kobo. By the time I do that for 365 days, trust me, anybody that is not doing that, I will be far wealthier than that person. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. It's not an argument. Anybody that puts full commitment into life, that person expands further than any other person you can imagine. So that is the way it is. I've always said this, we should not neglect something that is very important to us. Guy, forget your pride, be humble. There's nothing in this world. Recently I was well doing. I went to go and see 3 of my friends. And they say, I beg, come on, Mike, poor man. This one even ate food, bought bread and mineral for me and gave to me. Wherever I was sitting, I was just laughing. I said, look at this Mogo Park. I have tons of money, but the reason why I'm not releasing the kobo is because God has opened my inner eyes to understand that every 1 kobo you give, there should be a greater essence for it. It's just like giving somebody money to go and drink beer, or buying beer for somebody, but you cannot give that person money to go and feed. Now Nigerians are saying it like it's nothing, because every day our eyes are opening. God is letting us to understand what the essence of life is. The food you're eating, where did you buy it? I would have just asked you, tell me, I'm going to buy it if food is my problem. Okay, the coke you bought, how much? Highest 500 naira. It's even a bottle coke, it's supposed to be 350. Bread, how much? Bread 350. Which is 700 naira. I can even pull out 2,000 naira and give to you, say, guy, cover for this thing, even for your own food. I can even pull out 3,000, 5,000, say, Baba, hold this one. Okay, recently a friend was just telling me she had a shawarma shop. She lied to me that she was working for somebody. She then blocked me on WhatsApp. You understand? So when she blocked me on WhatsApp, I asked her that, why did you block me on WhatsApp? As of them, no, this I'm telling you was early this year. She was just dribbling. That she said I was sending her too much multimedia message. This is at the end of the day, all those things she said was a lie. It wasn't because of too much multimedia message. Because she was giving excuse. She said I was sending her too much multimedia message. She was saying this, was saying that one. At the end of the day, I found out that it wasn't the too much multimedia message. It wasn't any of the lies she was giving to me. It was because she felt she had money than me. Now, going down the path, since she refused to block me, and I said, okay, I promise sending this girl data, and I sent her data. Normally, when I do those charity something, those people, I have them on WhatsApp. So what I do is, I share the receipt of that data, you understand, to their WhatsApp. But because she refused on blocking me on WhatsApp, I now share the receipt to her Telegram, knowing that I have already gone through to verify that she's always active on Telegram on my own. So when I found out she was active on Telegram, I had to share that receipt to her. When I now shared that receipt to her on Telegram, as God may do it, she came online a few minutes after. She was thanking me. I said, no problem. How much data, Pano? Just manage it. It's nothing. And even me, I'm financially unstable, and you know. But I decided to support you. You understand? I now shared the data to her. So when I did the data to her, when I shared the data to her, I had to share the receipt to her Telegram, which is part of what I'm saying. So it was just recently the girl was trying to tell me how she lost her first shop, lost her second shop, how she became broke. She's now begging somebody for 1,500 naira. Guys, a millionaire has turned to a nobody. And I told her what is even going on. She now told me that the shawarma business is her own. She now told me how the real account where she has her business is on Facebook. I said, I've come across that. We were not laughing. We went to the part of remembering. Guys, we now went seriously down to memory lane. I started reminding her. I started reminding this girl. I told her, Madam, do you remember when I brought crypto to you? You said you are doing Luno.
that this one. I told her, do you remember when I told you that there is a bad job for you in your environment, and you said you cannot do that bad job? Another reason, because you as a lady, you need to socialize. You're working in a shawarma shop. How can people talk to you even if your boss is there or your boss is not there? They will not like the see. It's all about your environment. Your environment is not just really your environment. It's not the circles. You're talking about where you're stationed. So if you're in a shawarma shop, are you expecting people to come there and see that you're a fine girl? But if you work in a bar now, you socialize. Almost everybody comes there. I don't like bad jobs, but I'm just saying, when you socialize, when you work in a bar, there are more opportunities. It's not that it's a criteria for you to sell your body. But when you work in a bar, there are people that might come in and see you and say, there's this job that is coming somewhere. There's this job that is coming somewhere. A recruitment something. Did you go to school? Maybe it's polytechnic. Give me send the soft copy of your CV to me. Whereas we'll go through the remaining protocols. Or maybe this is my office card. Call me and come and see me so that you bring your CV, I help you and submit. Or we'll just know how we're like morally. Maybe we'll just this is my number. Just reach out to me. Let me see I can help give you a job. I told her if you're working in a bar, there is a 99 chance that you must see somebody that will change your life. So why not leave this shawarma job and work in a bar? She said, God forbid though. There's nothing she did not say to me. She said this. I said that at the end of the day, and I started telling her that. So this is why you neglect. You were arguing with me with crypto and a bad job over shawarma shop, because you know that you are the owner of that shawarma shop. What brought about this? Because she's telling me her downfall. At the end of the day, what did I tell her? I said, my dear, you need God. Go and seek the face of God, because me, I don't know if God is happy with you or God, if God is angry with you. I don't know if it's your personal problem. People are the one throwing your attack at you. But I see this as the anger of God. What did I say to her? I told her that I see this as the anger of God. I told her that's the only thing I see. I told her I see this as the anger of God, which is not good. I told her, see, if I was the one that had that shawarma shop, I told her I would have given you 1 or 2 shawarma. Because even when you blocked me on WhatsApp, I still shared a data receipt that I sent to you on that is a data for you. Upon say don't block me for WhatsApp, I still upon that you blocked me on WhatsApp, I still had the time to make data send for you. Can't share the receipt, give me for Telegram. I told her, you out of your senses. You block somebody on WhatsApp, the person still took time to send data to you, and then share the receipt of that data to your Telegram. To your Telegram, and you received it though. The person that shared the receipt to your Telegram, you were, as when they shared that receipt to your Telegram, you were very happy, you were jumping up, you were thanking that person, you were all that. Now I told her the table has turned around. You don't have money, you don't have a place to stay, you don't even have a business. So will you kill somebody now? I told her, see, this is God. God is just sending a message to you. I started telling her how people bearing her name, how they have been very deceitful, troublesome around me. Before you know, she started talking about how she has quarried everybody in her environment. Do you know that there's no one person in this girl's environment that this girl has not had a fight with? And when I was coming there, I didn't know. But I saw that people were looking at me funny as they are seeing me coming to her shop. I don't know that she has already morally had problem with the tons. Like, I don't know that she's in a serious issue with everybody living there. So when I come, the weird faces I see and the weird reactions people give me, I don't know that it's coming from her. Even the guy that is my friend is also her friend. We saw the guy the day she was complaining this day. I now told her, since you're going through this financial issue, call this man and take loan for him and rebuild your business. That's what I said to her. I told her, call this man. Tell him that you need loan. All these things you're explaining to me, you know that I don't have I'm not financially stable to give you these things. Even if I have it, I have things I want to invest it into. There's a reason why I have always wanted to do my own thing, because I know say nobody will always understand my own thing. And my things get as it be because God had day there. If I fuck up self, God they pass me more fuck up, pass other people who don't get the knowledge, or they call it when he call me. That is why the way I move, I am very careful. All my friends who don't hurt me, I leave their matter for God. I don't remember one person who don't make me, I enter Juju house. Or I pray, say, God, kill that person. I've never prayed that kind of ignorant prayer before. In my life, I have never prayed that bad things should happen to anybody. That I play, what the prayer that I pray for them is that God should heal them, because somebody with that kind of mindset is polluted. The person is sick. The person is an abnormal person. No, how can you see something that is okay and you went to go and destroy that thing? What are you destroying? Even if you have bad leaders, even if you have terrible leaders in our country, every country in the world has a terrible leader. Because before you become a leader in any country, You have to belong to a brotherhood. That brotherhood does things that is contrary to the beliefs of God. So somebody that is working with Satan can never give you what you're looking for. It is not possible. Even the pastors go there and they start doing another thing. Osibanjo is not a pastor. Osibanjo is also a pastor. But he went in and started doing something else. This is life. That's why I keep telling people that when you have a little thing, two things you're supposed to do. You give to God, you give to man. The rebellion on your own. But don't be 5 billion, 5 billion on your own, 10 billion, 10 billion on your own, 20 billion, 20 billion. Bros, God does not operate like that. It is very wrong. God does not operate like that. It is very wrong for you as a person to have so much and give little to nobody. You say people don't help you. Somebody still helped you. Wherever you found yourself, somebody helped you. Mohammed, welcome. Wherever you found yourself, somebody helped you. Somebody gave you a life. Somebody exposed you to the truth. Somebody gave you a path. Somebody gave you an opportunity. Somebody gave you a room to explore as a person. Do you understand? Somebody gave you an opportunity. Somebody gave you a life. Somebody that gave you money is literally to the same person that gave you a job opportunity. Somebody that gives you money is still the same to somebody that gave you. Mohammed, why are you being abusive in my group? Is there any problem? Why are you saying shut up? I beg, shut up. Why are you saying all this nonsense? Are you mad? Somebody that is giving you money is it the same thing to somebody that is giving you? Is it the same thing to somebody that is giving you a job? Somebody giving you a job, is it the same thing that is true? Somebody giving you a job is still exactly as somebody that is trying so hard, humanly everything possible to pray for you so that you can have a better life. All of this is still the same thing. So if somebody does not pray for you, for your growth, the person gives you money. If the person does not give you money, the person gives you a job. It's still the same thing. Do you understand me? So somebody that gives you a job, is it the same thing as somebody that prays for you? Is it the same thing? And when I say pray for you, is to pray for your growth, not your downfall. Is it the same thing as somebody that gives you a money? Whether it's loan or whether that person is giving you as non-loan. At the end of the day, that person supported your growth. So anything you have as a person, any opportunity you have as a person to grow, you have to utilize it. Any opportunity you have to grow as a person, you have to utilize it. Whether it's 1 kobo, 2 kobo you have, try to put that money into the right path. Whether it's 1 kobo, 2 kobo you have, try to put that money into the right path. Don't say, I'm not helping this person. I'm not. At the end of the day, somebody helped you. Somebody gave you a life. Somebody gave you a growth. Somebody gave you understanding. Somebody fought for you to have a life. So, whereas you are standing somewhere, God said we shouldn't be boastful of our stand because any man can fall. So even that 1 naira you get, try to use that 1 naira to support somebody. If that 2 naira you get, try to use that 2 naira to support somebody. Don't say they did this to me. Please forgive yourself, forgive your past, and then move on. Do you understand me? Forgive yourself, forgive your past, and move on. Don't hold any grudges so that you can have an opportunity of having money to build yourself. So when this money is coming in, do you understand? Money. If you see, when money comes into my hand, what I do is I split it into 3. I put the first one into my business and my welfare. The second one is for philanthropic work. The third one is for God. That's what I do. So when you have money, I advise a whole lot of people that are very rich. Please do the same thing. Give to God, give to man, and give to yourself. Don't try to hold grudges because you don't see $10 billion. Don't do that. Bury your grudge. God, there's a reason why God said vengeance is for him. There's a reason why God said it ethically. There's a reason why God said vengeance is for him. There's a reason why God said it. That vengeance is my own. Why God said vengeance is his own is because God wants to let the whole universe, even from time, to the prophets he has sent, is to let us know that he's the ruler of the world. He's the empire of the world. He's the emperor of the world. He's the Caesar of the world. He owns the world. That nothing even Satan is doing that him, God, is not even aware of. So anything Satan is doing, God is aware of that thing. over the time, God has been trying to let us know that he exists as an entity, and he takes care of us. He gives us the life that we have. Even the torments and the temptations, he permits them, but he cannot throw it at us. So he lets Satan to have a room for that. And if God did not let Satan to live, we as human beings cannot have an opportunity of deciding that God is the true entity. We cannot have an opportunity of respecting God. We cannot have an opportunity of worshiping God truly from our soul and our spirit. We worship God in a very inferior way. But God lives, but yes, we worship God in an inferior way. So yes, we worship God in an inferior way. And the only reason why we can worship God morally as people that are sensible is if God keeps Satan. Because if somebody say, just come and be my friend, some people will run away. Some people will bring dubious attitude. But if the person say, come and be my friend, or I have nothing for you, and somebody over there, that is Satan, he has $1 billion for you, that person has kept you transparent. So in that way now, nobody can come and deceive him. As you're coming in, he's knowing, oh my goodness God. As you're coming in, he's knowing your intentions. Because you know, say, I'm not getting anything to give you, but I will give you comfort and I will give you stability. You'll be rich in glory. And one other thing I'm going to give to you is something that is permanent, something that will last forever. You understand? Something that will give you something that is true, something that will last forever. Because what God gives to us is permanent. What Satan gives to us is temporal. Then it goes this other way. Some people that are very impatient with God will say, let me run and go and meet Satan and collect this thing and chop it quick. So God leaving Satan is to make the world to be very transparent. And over the time, God has been trying to let us know that he's the true emperor of this world. There is nothing Satan is doing that he did not give proper authority to Satan to do. Do you understand? That nothing Satan is doing, do you understand? That nothing Satan is doing that he did not give proper, order, or should I say permission to it. For instance, let me use this now as an example. When Satan was falling, I've always said this. When Satan is falling, God never took the power he gave to Satan. The only thing God did was morally cause that power from a power of light to a power of darkness, from a power of great deed to a power of mischievousness. So that leaves you as a person to either follow that dark power and gain the whole world and lose your soul, or it gives you an opportunity for you to walk in light and leave a legacy, something permanent that your generations will have to benefit from, and even die a poor man. Whereas you know that in the continuity of time, your soul will stand out. Your soul will not be condemned. As you're leaving a legacy here, even if it's 10 naira for your children, you're leaving it in the kingdom of light. And as you're living, wherever you're going, you have an eternity where your soul will not be judged to condemn, or should I say to condemnations. Whereas your soul will be judged, whereas your soul will not be judged to condemn, whereas your soul will be judged to actually inherit the kingdom of God, as some of the Christians would or have already done in the time years that have come, that we are not part of it. We only came and was hearing it. So I always tell people that heaven is real, hell is real. It's better you die a poor man here and your soul continues in eternity, than you die a rich man and your soul goes to hell for condemnation. That's just the short lesson I'm trying to put out here. So over the years, God has been trying to let us know that he's the emperor of this world. Everything Satan had, he gave to Satan. Understand? So it's better, yes, everything Satan had, he gave to Satan. So if you want to walk in darkness, you can walk in darkness and suffer forever. If you want to walk in light, you can walk in light and enjoy forever. But at the end of the day, people walking in light have an eternity. People walking in darkness have no eternity. Do you understand? And the people walking in darkness has no eternity. And that's the way the life is. People walking in darkness has no eternity, and that's the way the life is. Now, we should also learn to, appreciate the fact that the musicians in our time, they are working so hard to, to do great music and, to expose us, to teach us, to morally build us. We should learn to understand that. Or I will say this and I will stand on it. Every musician you're seeing is a prophet. They are prophets because They heal you with their music. They nourish you with their music. They expose you with their music. They give you a knowledge that you can use to navigate your challenges. Because once there is life, there are challenges. Life cannot exist without challenges. They coexist together. So when a musician makes a song, he's giving you a knowledge of this thing exists to whether you're being a part of that experience or not. But it's trying to tell you, I have seen this thing happen, maybe to him or to somebody else. But it's trying to tell you that this thing exists, and this is how you're going to survive it. That was the moral standard for music. When music was created, people created music to give people a life, a hope, a continuity, a tip of how to survive through their challenges. But today now, a whole tons of people are now making music because they want to extort money from you. They think music is a joke. They just go meet one producer because they have money. The producer will just make this beat. They jump on it. Then the producer has his own channel he use for promoting. Maybe it's Mastercraft or any other producer. Then they will push it from that point. Before you know, the person has money everywhere. People will come in and chop. Before you know, juju don't come because there is ignorance. So Satan must come in. Before you know, juju don't come. The person don't come. Later join one brotherhood. When the person wants to die, that's when we know that God really exists too. Because it's until the death of an ignorant man, that's when you know that God is always there. So God will have to put things in places to let him know that this world you're looking at is not your own. God will put it in place to let him know that this world you're enjoying, it is not your own. The things you've taken is not your own. The places you've been, you're not even supposed to be there. The cars you drove and the house you sleep, the beds that you sleep on, your level of comfort is not even your own. So whereas they say the devil is the father of thieves, every man that is belong to any brotherhood is also a criminal. Because at the end of the day, that brotherhood is belong to is giving him an opportunity to extort, which is stealing from other people of something that doesn't organically belongs to him. And then when he goes out, you see him, he carry himself. When you look at him, you think he has the whole world. At the end of the day, he's taking something that doesn't belong to him. Every money that he comes out to spend was stolen from somebody else. Spiritually, the serpent to go there, steal the money, come and vomit those money in their shrine. Sometimes you stay in standard organization, you will hear money don't miss so, money don't miss so. It's the serpent that goes there to steal that money. You go hear money don't miss, money. What is missing that money? Is the serpent that goes there to steal that money. When the serpent goes and steal the money, the serpent will not come to their shrine and then vomit those money. There will be tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money. Sometimes they have another set because they have different kind of forums all the time. They have another set and another kind of brotherhoods with different kind of attitudes and different kind of sacrifices. There are some that you have to kill somebody and keep in your house or bring it to the shrine. The person will be vomiting money for you. You'll be coming to collect the money. Now we're living in a very digital era. They will just wire the money to your account. There's nothing these individuals cannot do. They will just wire that money to your account. Either the person is vomiting it in your house. Do you understand? Either the person is vomiting that money in your house or the person is vomiting it in the shrine. All you have to do is just go there, collect the money, and then do what? And then rule the world. The people, let me tell you, the demonic people, once they take this money, the people that are righteous, what they do is that they devour them. And the reason why a child of Satan can get you as a child of God is because you, as that child of God, you're what? You're ignorant. If you're sensible and you know that this thing exists, Baba, no matter what they try, they cannot. They will fail. No matter what they try, they cannot. They will fail woefully. Because as it's coming, you will see that you have already organized yourself. You put your place. See, you can say you don't already invest. So even it's 20 billion, it's looking like 20 naira to you. Because at the end of the children Satan want to see Satan children are money they carry country. Hey, see money here. See, anybody can make money. I've seen people who made billions from Lotto. Those companies that gave that money, do you think they like as they gave that person that money? But it has happened. I've seen people that make money from even all this Bet Niger. Because that is where our leaders has reduced us to. Nigeria doesn't gamble. I know Nigerians very well. We don't like gambling. When I was a child growing up in Port Harcourt in Nigeria, the things I see is people running to smaller houses where they use as a pool house to play pool. And even when they play their drafts, they hide in their compounds in their backyard and play draft. And then they do what? They gamble with it. Today they have turned you into a professional gambler. So every day you just have to go out and play betting, play lotto, do this or this. That is why I told them God has opened my eyes. If not for the money that crypto earned from me recently, I know where I would have been by now. God have opened my eyes. I told them, instead of me to play your lotto or for me to go and follow people and be playing your bets Niger, I told them I'm going to use that money to do crypto. Comfortably, I will grow because God exists. So my brothers and sisters, once you have an opportunity of doing something, please do it right. When you have something in your possession, invest it properly. And if you're ignorant of something, learn to seek wisdom. All these things are scripturally written. Don't abuse any pastor. Don't abuse any prophet. Don't abuse any pastor. Don't abuse any prophet. Don't abuse any musician, any entertainer. Don't do it. Because me, I'm a social entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I'm not even a musician. Anything concerning entertainment, I am there. I started from acting to dancing to music. There was a time in school, presenting jobs were coming, MC jobs were coming, comedy jobs were coming. I collected it. People were laughing, say, see Michael, I didn't answer them. I brought myself down, I brought my mind down. I was doing this job. At the end of the day, those jobs gave me money. I was oppressing people in school. Unintentionally, I never knew. Girls were talking about me to their boyfriends. Guys were talking about me to their girlfriends. Lecturers, even school security, everybody knew me. Baby say I never even carry that grace. Those money, I use them to buy clothes, use them to buy my shoe, use them to buy my foodstuff, my toiletries. I use them to design my house the way I wanted it. I use them for my welfare entirely. Both my personal welfare and my school welfare, I used it there. At the end of the day, I was boosting up, I was growing, I was expanding, I was seeing the purpose that God has actually created for me. When it shocked people was when I graduated. You know that one of my friends even told me that somebody came and asked, Michael, don't graduate. He said he was just looking at the guy. Michael is your level and you expect him not to graduate. Okay, even if Michael graduates, Michael does not graduate. The person now asked him that, what has this Michael done to you? Because the last I checked, this guy don't even collect anything that belong to you. So what is bringing a level of negativity? Do you understand? It's just like this idiot Mohammed that came to my group, and he has been so abusive. You know, these Hausa people, they don't ever have sense. So once you're not an Islamic person, he cannot like you. Are you not seeing the rubbish he's writing here? Allah is God. Bro, go chop rice. He's writing rubbish. I'm trying to help your life, bro. Accept Islam. So he's an idiot. What did I say? So these Islamic people, they didn't like Christians. So for the fact that he came on the Christian page, if it was somebody that has said that he's supposed to live there quietly. Even the Islamic people abroad, when they come on my page, they don't abuse. They even say, bro, I like what you're saying. I like what you're doing. It's good that you're mixing Christianity with medical issues, and then you're adding it as a therapy section. You're giving it out to people through your own talents. I love what you're very creative. They come on my page and they say these things. You came, and instead of you to be, to throw accolades or acknowledge what I'm doing, or better to keep quiet and get the hell out. Instead, you came in and you're abusing that person. It is well, Sha. Please let us make sure that we feel the rhythms of music, the vibes of music, understand the purpose of music, enjoy it quietly. Respect the kind of artist that you know that is giving the right job. The one that is not giving it, don't disrespect that one. Keep quiet, mind your business, and go about your life. Do you understand? That is their hustle. That is their purpose. That is their calling. That is what God has chosen them to do. So appreciate them. You understand? Because some of the things we said 2 decades ago, people said we are crazy. Now they are saying we are right. And we play the sacrificial lamb because we are being persecuted for those things we said. So go and understand why they created music and respect the musicians. So let me tell you, stop abusing musicians. Go and study why music was created. And look at what people are making today. You find out that we are at the right place. There's sure, because why are we even talking? The world is perfect. Even if we are going to make corrections, God's hand is there for those corrections because he was aware of the mistakes. If there will be correction, there will also be a mistake. So God permitted that mistake for that correction. So please, even if now this music is listed, if you don't like them, forget the artist and start listening to a new one. Stop abusing musicians. Stop abusing musicians. Stop abusing entertainers. Stop abusing musicians. Stop abusing entertainers. Respect them. Respect their calling. Respect their purposes. Do you understand me? Respect their calling. Respect their purposes. Because at the end of the day, they are all prophets. They came to give you a message. Collect that message and use it to navigate your challenges and survive in this world. Because at the end of the day, you as a person, you need to survive. If you don't survive, how you will feel? Because at the end of the day, you need to survive. So collect those advices and use it to help yourself. That's all I have to say. Collect the advice and use it to help yourself. I'm closing in. Thank you very much. God bless you. Godspeed. I wish you guys all the best of luck. I pray that God empowers you people. Thank you, Victoria, for tuning in and be positive. Thank you to the other persons that came in from other countries. That have always been coming from other countries all around the globe. I just want to let you guys know that you guys are very, very positive people. You're highly knowledgeable. I appreciate the fact that you tune into my channels. You like, you comment, and then you have time to share my contents, which is a content I'm just creating right now on my live. I'm still going to share this to my post right away before I post to my right live post. We're actually working out so we can get to 2,000 subscribers. By the time we get to 2,000 subscribers, some of you will be getting to hear my song because I'm very good with music. Thank you very much and God bless you. Let me just give you guys a little tune. First class chillin', me and my whole crew. VIP, big boys, how we do. When the party stop, the phone gets kicking. No, not to play, cause business is calling. They know I will rise to the top, cause you know I'm the boss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All for nothing, you let me penniless. Ride home with no cash in my hand. She just a tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, yeah. She just a tickle me, yeah. Da na 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 na. Yeah, you know what it is, your boy Michael Fellis. She just a tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, yeah. She just a tickle me, yeah. Da na 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 na. She dey do me totori, see the one where she want chop with my money, oh. Say she dey do me totori, yeah yeah. Oh no, say she dey do me totori, see the one where she want chop with my money, oh. Say she dey do me totori, yeah yeah. Oh no. Yes, you know what it is. Ebelebe bokunu badunu wegu. Ogeru wanu ECHEZONACHUKWU manu. Hey, it's your boy, Michael Fellis. Peace out and we signing out. Oh. Yes, sir, you know what it is. Your boy, Michael Fellis. Go anywhere and type Fresh Boy Michael. You're actually going to see my page. Make sure you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe. You also follow my social media pages. Okay, you also follow my social media pages. Thank you and God bless you. Globe that even come to my life. As much as I don't like Globe that even come to my life. As much as I don't like talking, they'll be on this, I'll just be laughing. They're talking, they'll be on this, I'll just be laughing. Yeah, bros, we like what you're doing.